The biggest mistake people make about anxiety is believing it's only caused by stress. In reality, anxiety is often strengthened by ordinary habits so small that most people never notice them. Every time you repeat these behaviors, you're unknowingly teaching your brain to become more fearful, more alert, and more exhausted. If anxiety has been controlling your life, these hidden habits could be the real reason, and changing them could be the breakthrough you've been searching for. Most people think anxiety comes from difficult situations. They blame work pressure, financial struggles, relationship problems, or uncertainty about the future. While those things can certainly trigger anxiety, they are often not what keeps it alive. What keeps anxiety alive are the small habits repeated every day, habits that seem harmless, normal, and sometimes even helpful. The truth is that anxiety is not just something that happens to you. Anxiety is something your brain learns, and every repeated behavior teaches your brain either to feel safer or to stay on high alert. The habits we're about to discuss may be silently strengthening your anxiety without you even realizing it. The first hidden habit is constantly checking yourself. Many people with anxiety spend a surprising amount of time monitoring their bodies. They check their heartbeat, pay close attention to their breathing, notice every sensation in their chest, and become alarmed by small symptoms that most people would ignore. A slight headache becomes a reason to worry. A brief moment of dizziness feels like a warning sign. Before long, they're searching symptoms online and looking for explanations. This feels like self-protection, but the brain interprets it differently. Every time you scan your body for danger, your brain receives the message that danger must exist. Otherwise, why would you keep checking? The more attention you give to normal bodily sensations, the more intense those sensations appear. Instead of reducing anxiety, constant self-monitoring trains your brain to remain alert and watchful. The second hidden habit is avoidance. Avoidance is one of the most powerful fuels of anxiety. Maybe you've stopped going to certain places. Maybe you avoid making phone calls, speaking in meetings, driving on highways, or attending social gatherings because they make you uncomfortable. The reason avoidance feels so effective is because it provides immediate relief. The moment you escape the situation, your anxiety decreases. But that temporary relief comes with a hidden cost. Your brain doesn't learn that the situation was safe. Instead, it learns that escaping was necessary for survival. As a result, the fear grows stronger. The next time you face the same situation, your anxiety often returns with even greater intensity. Over time, your world becomes smaller while your anxiety becomes larger. Another hidden habit is constantly seeking reassurance. This can take many forms: asking loved ones if everything is okay, repeatedly searching for health information online, reading articles about anxiety symptoms late at night, visiting doctors over and over despite receiving normal results. Reassurance feels comforting, but only temporarily. The relief may last for a few minutes or a few hours, but eventually doubt returns. Then the cycle begins again. The problem is that reassurance teaches your brain that you cannot handle uncertainty on your own. Instead of building confidence, it creates dependence on external validation. Real anxiety recovery begins when you gradually learn to tolerate uncertainty rather than constantly trying to eliminate it. The next hidden habit is overthinking. Many people believe overthinking helps them prepare for the future. They believe that if they think hard enough, they can prevent problems before they happen. But most overthinking doesn't solve problems, it creates them. One thought becomes 10 thoughts. One concern becomes 20 different scenarios. Your mind begins imagining everything that could go wrong. The body reacts to those imagined dangers as if they are real, causing stress, tension, and anxiety. The result is a mind trapped in a loop of worry and a nervous system that never fully relaxes. Another habit that silently increases anxiety is consuming too much negative information. Modern life gives us unlimited access to bad news, alarming headlines, and stressful content. Every day, people spend hours scrolling through stories about disasters, violence, conflict, illness, and crisis. The brain is naturally designed to focus on threats. This helped our ancestors survive. But when you're constantly exposing yourself to negative information, your brain begins to believe the world is far more dangerous than it actually is. Over time, your nervous system remains activated, even when you're sitting safely at home. The danger may not be real, but your brain responds as if it is. Poor sleep habits are another major contributor to anxiety. Many people underestimate the connection between sleep and mental health. They stay up late scrolling through social media, watching videos, or worrying about tomorrow. Some consume caffeine late in the day or maintain an inconsistent sleep schedule. When sleep suffers, the brain struggles to regulate emotions effectively. Small problems begin to feel overwhelming. Stress becomes harder to manage. Racing thoughts become more frequent. Even mild anxiety can feel much stronger after a poor night's sleep. Quality sleep isn't a luxury. It's one of the most important tools for anxiety relief and emotional stability. Another hidden habit is constant stimulation. Think about how often your mind is truly quiet. Many people move from social media to videos, from videos to music, from music to notifications, and from notifications to messages. The brain rarely gets a chance to rest. When the nervous system is constantly stimulated, it never fully recovers. Stress hormones remain elevated, attention becomes fragmented, and anxiety has more opportunities to grow. Creating moments of silence may feel uncomfortable at first, but those moments are often exactly what an anxious mind needs. A quiet walk, a few minutes of deep breathing, or simply sitting without distractions can help calm your nervous system and restore mental balance. Finally, one of the most damaging habits is fighting every anxious thought. Most people treat anxiety like an enemy that must be defeated immediately. They try to force thoughts away. They tell themselves to stop worrying. They become frustrated whenever anxiety appears. But the harder you fight a thought, the more attention you give it. Anxious thoughts are often like waves. The more you struggle against them, the stronger they seem. Learning to observe thoughts without reacting to them allows them to pass naturally. Acceptance is not surrender. Acceptance is recognizing that a thought is simply a thought. It does not have to control your actions, emotions, or future. Here's the encouraging truth. None of these habits mean you're broken. They don't mean you're weak. And they certainly don't mean recovery is impossible. These habits were learned, and anything that is learned can be unlearned. Every time you face a fear instead of avoiding it, you're teaching your brain courage. Every time you resist the urge to seek reassurance, you're building confidence. Every time you allow uncertainty without trying to control it, you're strengthening resilience. Anxiety doesn't disappear overnight. It weakens gradually as your brain receives new evidence that you are safe. Small habits created the anxiety cycle. Small habits can also break it. The path to lasting mental peace isn't about becoming fearless. It's about teaching your brain that it no longer needs to live in survival mode. And with every small step forward, you're proving to yourself that anxiety may be part of your story, but it does not have to control the rest of it.